lies. However, it did not happen on November 11th, and Assistant Secretary Norton Roberts said it was unfortunate that Seventh-day Adventist drivers were unfairly blamed.
We are accustomed, when ship comes on a Saturday, things are put in place. As Mr. William rightly said, the PTSC supplied some buses, and there was a shortfall from the PTSC also.
In the meantime, the association is pleading for more buses to be made available in Tobago to adequately meet the needs of tourists and locals alike.
We are requesting at least 30 more rides for Tobago. Trinidad would have maybe over 4,000 Maxis. In Tobago, we don't have 100 Maxis, all right? And as recent as this week, I would have sent a letter down to the Transport Commissioner.
The matter of outstanding money owed to drivers remains a concern, but they are settling it privately with the tour operator. Going forward, the Port, Maxi and Taxi Drivers Federation Association assured the public that they will do all within their power to prevent a repeat of the situation. Roberts also called for all stakeholders to do their part.
It's to appeal to all our stakeholders to understand that this situation is not just Tobago, Port, Maxi and Taxi Drivers Federation of Association, but it involves all transport bodies.
That's right.
Right? So that what happened on that the 11th, the blame is not on any one aspect of it.
Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
10 students from Tobago achieved a place on the merit list for the 2023 Cape examinations. The students are from Speyside Secondary, Signal Hill Secondary, Bishop's High School and the Scarborough Secondary Schools. Tanika Cruikshank tells us more.
In performing arts, building, mechanical engineering and theatre arts, secondary school students from throughout Tobago have placed in the top 10 on the 2023 Caribbean Advanced Examination Merit List. At Signal Hill Secondary School, Anthony Blackman, a performing arts teacher, expressed her satisfaction with her pupils after a lot of hard work and late hours.
I was happy for Tobago, because is Signal Hill Secondary School, Tobago is placed there. So when it is other Caribbean teachers or other Caribbean schools, they definitely know that the creative industry is booming and there's a lot of talent there.
According to Blackman, engaging in performing arts allows people to discover their own abilities, let go of limits, and participate in a variety of activities, fostering self-connection through these experiences. Meanwhile, Ashaki Duke placed 6th in Cape for performing arts. Duke recently graduated with the class of 2023. She stated that the diverse section in performing arts program, including dancing, theatre and music, have allowed her to express herself in a variety of ways.
Well, my division that I'm most comfortable with is music, but through performing arts, I have been able to push myself beyond just music, as in playing pan and playing drum. I had to sing on stage. That was definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm thankful for it because it has made me a better performer overall in general.
Duke stated she was shocked to learn that she had placed 6th in the Caribbean, achieving the merit list, but she was also proud of herself. Duke mentioned that there were many frustrating moments while pursuing this subject, citing her performance as an example of how challenging it is to step outside of her comfort zone.
The journey has been a mountain. A mountain has a lot of ups and downs, a lot of craters in a mountain. But I have no regrets choosing performing arts as a career path, as a subject. I have no regrets. As I said, it has allowed me to step out of my comfort zone, pushing me to be a better performer, a better person in this field as a creative.
Duke concluded by saying that her admiration for performing art stems from her desire to spread positivity across a community and her joy in seeing others smile.
Being in the arts has allowed me to do that, not only through music, but also as being an actor, actress, as being a singer, because I actually enjoy singing now, and it has opened a lot of doors to me, and I want to give the upcoming generation the same opportunities, which is why I'm pursuing a career in education.
Melinda Alfred, Miss Tobago Heritage Personality 2023, is the top performing arts student in the Caribbean. Melinda is currently enrolled at UWI Mona in Jamaica. Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
We'll take a short break and come back with more. Do stay with us.
Light up the Christmas with the best fiber. Surfboard channels with 10% off plus a chance to win over $100,000 in prizes. Call 800-4663.
Hey, hello guys, welcome. Come have a seat. Oh, this is so stylish and I love the fabric. Darlings, you must tell us where you got your new furnishings.
We got them locally at Standard. They've got new chic European furniture, crafted from high quality material.
Oh, Standard?
No, it's Standard, their brand new Hive collection.
Experience luxurious European furniture at a price you will love. The Hive Collection. Now exclusively available at Standard.
Welcome back. Seek mediation, not legal action, urges political leader of the Progressive Democratic Patriots, Watson Duke. Speaking at a press conference earlier today, Duke condemned the THA's intention to pursue legal action against the central government for money owed. Here's more.
Political leader of the PDP, Watson Duke, deems suing the central government for money owed to the THA a frivolous endeavor. The subject was raised in a motion by Chief Secretary Fali Augustine in the Assembly Legislature on Thursday, where details about reprioritizing the THA budget to align with the budgetary allocations from central government for fiscal 2024 were shared. Augustine stated that the THA is owed an accumulation of $166 million dating back to 2017.
What you want to do is that say to the government, we understand your position, but we will continue to have discussions with you because we must get our monies. Say that, use determination to get it, but do not, you know what I mean? Say mediation, say we'll use mediation. We'll try to CARICOM, we'll try to stop saying the court. The court is a long process.
Duke likened the move to the Chief Secretary's inexperience in governance. Regarding Augustine's intent to trigger another hearing of the Dispute Resolution Committee, the PDP political leader believes there is no need for it.
The DRC already ruled said between 4.03% and 6.9%. They have allowed it. It is now for Mr. Augustine and his team to push the discussion to that point.
He also addressed the Chief Secretary's intentions to reduce recurrent expenditure by 5% as one of the measures for the THA to supplement developmental expenditure.
If he says he's going to cut out some of the frivolous spending, like carrying primitive man to World Trade Market, and boy, how much you spend for that, man? How much you pay for that? If he saves that money, we understand that.
Duke said that the Chief Secretary needed to itemize which areas were going to experience suppression in the recurrent budget. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
The Division of Education, Research and Technology is experiencing a hard time meeting all their financial needs under its portfolio. At yesterday's plenary session, Secretary of Education, Research and Technology, Zarisha Hackett, provided details about her division's budgetary allocation, highlighting a reduced allocation for the development program. Ariana Scipio tells us more.
The Secretary for the Division of Education, Research and Technology, Assemblyman Zarisha Hackett, revealed that the total allocation for the division was $724,928,675. However, out of this allocation, the development program only received $31.2 million, which has a shortfall of $900,000 compared to last year's budget.
Madam Presiding Officer, is the reduction of funding towards the development program a deliberate attempt to stifle progress at the level of secondary education, primary education, and educational services, including special education here in Tobago?
Assemblyman Hackett emphasized that people need to understand that the development program builds the capacity to fully explore the island's natural resources.
What kind of government reduces funding to primary schools, to secondary schools, to special needs education and educational services? A PNM government, of course.
She accused the central government of trying to stymie the growth and development of the human resource capital on the island.
On this side, we understand that we must invest wisely in our schools from early childhood to tertiary level, in our staff, and in the improvement of our parental involvement.
Assemblyman Hackett noted that for Tobago to develop a sustainable and prosperous society, the island must provide 21st century education and skills to all Tobagonians and pursue the sustainable development goals. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Continuing with yesterday's sitting, the Secretary of Food Security, Natural Resources, the Environment and Sustainable Development, Natisha Charles Panton, emphasized Tobago's potential for greatness. Here's more.
Assemblyman Natisha Charles Panton had much to say regarding the budgetary allocations given to her division. Drawing attention to the island's recent achievements, she highlighted the revival of the Capital of Paradise vessel, which had been non-operational for a decade, but now contributes significantly to Tobago's economy.
We are on our way to developing the bait industry by utilizing an experimental set net that was given to Tobago by the Japanese. That set net could supply fisher folk in Tobago, Trinidad, and the entire region with bait. But the set net was sitting in a box in Trinidad for 20 years.
She disclosed that her division requested $789 million for recurrent expenditures, but was allocated only $170 million by the central government. The developmental program faced a similar fate, with a requested $123 million reduced to a mere $30 million.
So is this a case where we have to say we have to be thankful for small mercies? That $30 million for the development program, that has to feed the entire island and protect its environment. And we can't even fund the program because out of that, wages for development workers is $26 million.
The Secretary expressed concern over the state of Tobago's agriculture, revealing inadequacies in the last presented budget, which she described as more tailored to Trinidad's needs. She discovered a lack of strategic planning, demotivated workers, and neglected agricultural stations during her tenure.
Where is the public outcry from the Minority Council? Is agriculture in Trinidad more important than agriculture here in Tobago?
Charles Panton concluded by stating that she had been advised to reallocate funds within her division, but requested the feasibility given the limited allocations. The urgent need for funding to foster development in Tobago remains a pressing concern, raising questions about the equitable distribution of resources between the two islands. Trevicia Phillips, Tobago Updates Television News.
Our sport report is next. Stay tuned.
This Christmas, speed is on us. Get up to 300 megabits per second of speed with our new Link Up Plus plan. Enjoy more speed, more channels, and free streaming for less. Plus, introducing Link Up More with up to 1 gig download speed. Download, stream, video call, share memes, and more. Get free installation when you sign up in-store online today at discoverflow.co.
The Division of Settlements, Public Utilities and Rural Development has relocated its Crown Point office to Glen Road in Scarborough to better serve you, our clients. Our main office is located at the corner of Glen Road and Glen Road Branch Number 1, the building formerly occupied by Costa. Our Grant and Electrical Inspectorate services can be accessed at Number 2 Montessori Drive in Glen Road, Building 1 and 2.
Welcome to sport. The Coca-Cola Tobago Intercol tournament concluded last week. When the dust settled, the Scarborough Secondary School boys team and the Speyside Secondary School girls team emerged winners. Tobago Sports Live and Marcus Daniel tells us how it all went down in this report.
Scarborough Secondary and Speyside Secondary were crowned the champions of their respective girls and boys Coca-Cola Tobago Intercol tournaments on Wednesday, with both teams securing 1-0 wins in their finals at the Dwight York Stadium. In the girls' final, Scarborough Sec, the reigning secondary schools Football League Big Five champions, turned back Signal Hill Secondary in the first game of a doubleheader. The lone goal was scored in the 57th minute by Michaela Robley. Scarborough will have their eyes on 2 national titles this year, as they will also contest the Big Five final against Five Rivers. The arrangements for the Big Five final are still to be determined by the SSFL. In the boys' Intercol finale between Speyside and Bishops High School, a 12th-minute goalkeeping blunder proved to be the decider. In a game that lacked quality, Sion George saw his 25-yard right-footed shot trickle through the legs of the goalie and into the net. Speyside now advances to the National Intercol semi-finals on December 1st. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
Well, Signal Hill Government Primary School proved itself as the school to beat in the Tobago Primary Schools Football League. A lot of good youthful talent was on display, and sport reporter Marcus Daniel, along with Tobago Sports Live, was there to capture all the action.
Signal Hill Government Primary stole the spotlight on finals day of the Tobago Primary Schools Football League at the Dwight York Stadium on Tuesday. Coached by Ryan Stewart, Signal Hill clinched the boys under 15 and girls under 15 titles with convincing wins. In the boys under 15 finals, the first of a triple header, a Jashawn John double and one from Jaden Richards did the trick against Speyside Anglican. John opened the scoring from close range, tapping into an open net, and for Javier James in goal failed to clear. Richards then curled his team into a 2-0 halftime lead. Fast forward to the second half action. John was again at the right place at the right time to notch his second from close range and put the game to rest. The girls were equally sublime in their 2-0 win over rivals Win Anglican. Somehow, this Casey Adams 2 poke found its way into the net for a 1-0 Signal Hill lead. Gloria Henry then brought the crowd to its feet with this thunderous left footer that was only stopped by the net. Henry's speed and skill troubled Wim Anglican's defense throughout the 40 minutes of play. Henry was later named MVP of the finals. In the boys under 12 final, Speyside got the better of Bonacord Government in a seesaw affair. Speyside drew first blood against the run of play with Kejon Kent beating the keeper from distance. A few minutes later, up stepped Osei Watson with a beauty of a free kick to tie things up. The game's winner also came courtesy of free kick route. Kalen Cooks saw his long-range effort squeezed into the far corner to spark wild celebrations. No further goals were scored, with Speyside completing the under-12 and knockout double. In the presentation ceremony that followed, Signal Hill, as expected, grabbed the lion's share of the awards. Michael James, Kalen Cooks and Gloria Henry were named Players of the Season. Marcus Daniel, Tobago Update Sports.
That's it for sport. We'll take a quick break and come back with more.
This Christmas we celebrating, cause P-Mobile they coming with rating. So brace yourself for plenty prizes, cause this season will be the nice. It's the most deals and the most vibes and the most cars and the most price. The most giveaways, the most parang. Having a Christmas season with P-Mobile. I want a Christmas season with P-Mobile. Bring the sorrel with us to a Merry Christmas. Having a Christmas season with P-Mobile.
Top up, buy a plan, sign up or pay your bills. Enjoy the best Trinbago Christmas. P-Mobile. Life is on.
Tobago is being denied access to funding. During his appearance on Beneath the Surface, Assemblyman Trevor James revealed that Tobago cannot access funds meant for coastal mitigation and defense. He blamed the government for withholding these funds from the island. More in this report.
Assemblyman Trevor James, Secretary for the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development and representative for Scarborough Mount Grace, mentioned that addressing coastal mitigation and defense issues on the island predates the current THA administration. 2 years ago, Trinidad and Tobago secured a $15 million loan from the CAF Development Bank allocated to Tobago.
When we got to office, the Division of Infrastructure was negotiating to get that money before we got to office. We have attempted with the Ministry of Finance, had 4 or 5 meetings, the staff of the division. We had the point last year asking the ministry, just tell us what we had to submit.
He said that the ministry ceased meetings with the division and currently the THA is unable to access the loan. He accused the ministry of withholding funds because of the changing government in Tobago. James expressed concern that Fort James in Plymouth will soon suffer from coastal erosion, and he highlighted the disappearance of the road near Back Bay in Plymouth due to coastal issues.
What it will take for the government, for the Prime Minister to say, listen, let's give Tobago the money. What it will take.
He went on to question if Tobago is still a part of the country. James pointed out that the previous administration had identified 3 critical area projects for this loan: Pigeon Point, Grange Bay and Back Bay. James mentioned that the project started by the previous administration at Back Bay was incomplete and the road near the bay urgently needs protection.
It is something we have looked at, notwithstanding the behavior and the mindset of the government in Trinidad.
Assemblyman James admitted that the division needs to take a more serious approach to coastal protection. He had worked with a company that dealt with coastal protection in Barbados, highlighting that the majority of the money their country spent was in the form of grants from Europe.
Because of Trinidad and Tobago, Tobago can't access those grants. I'm saying this to say that we in Tobago don't understand what the full impact of the union and the full impact of this budgetary limitation that continues to come from Trinidad on Tobago.
Furthermore, James warned that unless the people of Tobago do this, the island will continue to face the same challenges. Continuing, Assemblyman James promised that the division would take a more detailed look at the affected areas to find solutions. Ariana Scipio, Tobago Updates Television News.
Even after 2 full days of activities for World Food Day 2023, attendees expressed a desire to learn more about agriculture. In response, locals were given the opportunity to take part in a day-long event at Hope Farm with a focus on livestock. Here's more.
The day's activities at Hope Farm Livestock Station aim to showcase its offerings featuring various meat consumed on a weekly basis. According to Davlon Brathwaite, AA1, the main goal is to supply farmers with breeding stock.
Today is to show that what Hope Farm has to offer and the love and the unity that we have up here as to farm and agriculture and what THA has to offer in terms of Hope Farm.
Maintaining high-quality livestock for farmers is a major responsibility at Hope Farm, with Brathwaite highlighting this aspect. Brathwaite, who claimed it was his first time hosting such an event after working at Hope Farm, explained that farmers must adhere to specific rules during site chores to be eligible for livestock.
Just to see that even after having World Food Days, people still want more. I thought that events such as this size or the things that we have here would have been scanty, but to see that students and people, adults come out to partake and patronize, it's still amazing to see that agriculture is still thriving and people want what agriculture have to offer.
Meanwhile, Renelle Brathwaite of Brother Bees Honey said utilizing bees to produce honey is necessary because bees are crucial to human health and well-being as a global biodiversity.
Well, Hope Farm is all about livestock, and they invited us to showcase what type of honey that Brother Bees has to offer.
Stockman Bevon Crabraddis explained that the most crucial aspect of goats' care are their diet, hygiene, and well-maintained hooves. Overgrown hooves makes it difficult for goats to stand. Crabraddis also offered motivation for aspiring farmers.
The first thing I will tell anybody, you have to have the passion fruit. If you don't have the passion fruit, I tell everyone, leave it alone. You must have the passion fruit and you must have patience. If you don't have that patience and you're only looking at it from a business aspect, No, you have to have that patience because in everything that you do is about time, the development, and you have to sacrifice that time to put into the animals. Whatever you put into the animals, that is what you're going to get back.
Tanika Cruikshank, Tobago Updates Television News.
Well, for the weather report tonight, mostly clear with a light breeze and a low chance of a few isolated showers. Temperatures will fall to 26 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow's forecast, a few early morning showers will give way to a generally sunny and at times breezy day. Nighttime will be fair to partly cloudy with a few showery spells. Temperatures will range between 32 degrees Celsius and 25 degrees. Sunday's forecast, variably cloudy and at times breezy with occasional showers in some areas. There is a low chance of 1 or 2 heavier showers and/or isolated thunderstorms. Temperatures will range between 32 degrees Celsius and 26 degrees. Seas are moderate with waves up to 2.2 meters in open waters and below 1.3 meters in sheltered areas. And that's how we end this evening's newscast, but let's recap the headlines before we go. PDP leader Watson Duke criticizes Assembly Legislature leadership. Maxi taxi drivers assure no more cancellations for cruise ship tours. Tobago students top the Cape merit list, and in sport, Signal Hill Government Primary School dominates Primary School Football League. I'm Patricia Nicholson Richards, thanking you so much for joining us and wishing you a good night.